Hello. Where did Discord go? Hello.
Hi! There you are. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. Let's do this! Not Nova, but,
Tiana?
Anna. Could you please describe for it? Uh-oh, there are two Coulsons. Can you ping which one is the
lower one of the
Coulson?
two is the one that doesn't work.
Please stand up.
Double Coulson action. Alright.
Oh, the real Coulson Cash, please stand up. Alright, Tiana, will you please describe where we are?
I don't know actually where we are. We're in some chamber that has
we're in a
two
hut
doors in it. Yeah, two doors. Well, two doors in it, and within that, there was a manticore coming down the hall and was going to try to break the door down. So I created a hut that we all came in so that we could rest, so we can see out, so we could see if the manticore broke the door down, but they can't see it because we're in an extra dimensional space. So we've been resting for 8 hours in here, and I don't know if the manticore got bored and left, or it's still there, or did it break down the door or not. I'm not. But the room we're in is sort of like an underground dungeon-y sort of.
Inside the hut that you have created, what is available to us? Is it just a hut with seating, fold-down seats, cup holders?
No seats. It's just a hut that has basically sort of a warm light in it, and it's the temperature that we want it, so it's warm. And we'll just pull out our bedrolls and lie on the ground and sleep. I can make the light go dim if we want.
How is everyone stat-wise? Have you done your leveling ups and such?
I think so.
Good to go?
Yes.
I have.
Long rest and level.
Well, I think because Charles didn't end up with us, that I had a couple of losses, but nothing that I think I'm going to be using in this next session.
Music's too loud.
Radio. So we reach the time where your hut begins to dissipate, or whatever it do.
It just poofs out of existence.
And you have you're back in this dilapidated, what looks like it was an armory at some point. The walls are lined with shelves that have long decayed and fallen apart and such, and there are here and there little bits of weaponry. I believe you had found like a mace and a few daggers and maybe one of those flailing things with a spiky ball at the end. Just random little bits of armament here and there. Maybe a breastplate, a helmet, covered in dust and cobwebs. But things that you could, if you wished to use, pick up and adorn and use going forward if necessary. You also found here down this little room down here is a grinding wheel set in the floor, and there are a series of pedals there which you can push, and it would spin for you, except it's tilted, it's off its track, so it's just an oblong piece of whetstone, round whetstone, sitting there in the darkness of this little closety type area. And of course we have this busted down door here. And in the corridor, Obi, I believe it was Obi and Onin that had went down the hallway, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So they will tell you, Obi will tell you, down this chamber, down this hallway, there is a seemingly open space. It was very dimly lit before that creature came after us, but I think it's a hall of statuary beyond the next door. I saw tall pillars, approximately man-sized height, and it seemed to be not necessarily a humanoid shape, but a humanoid head on the top. I think it's a hall of busts, possibly statuary. We could be near some sort of holy site. Does anyone know of any sort of underground holy site? I've been racking my brain and trying to figure out where we could possibly be, flipping through my journal.
How did we get here?
No idea. No idea.
Also,
We were hoping.
what
we were
happened?
hoping you would tell us. Says Onan.
Because like the last couple of hours are kind of fuzzy for me. Like I remember touching a pillar, and then I remember things getting weird, and some stuff blew up,
And we
now we're
almost
here.
we almost killed the Nomi thing, and I think as he winked out to save himself, he's put us somewhere. And this is the somewhere.
Feels like this could feel a bit like a whole spite thing. So yeah, no, that tracks. So, did we win?
We did, and he was actually like 1 hit point away.
Yeah, you did an impression of Paul Bunyan. Oh wait, you wouldn't know what that is.
Are you a time traveler? Or dimensional traveler? Are you from Earth?
I think that's a shtick, yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying that does... If your character is from Earth, then you would know of the companions who were brought over to this realm by Dragon Malorum.
Wait.
I am from Earth, but I'm from World War II, early parts of the war. So basically, I was like not only put sideways to here, but maybe thrown forward in time because
Okay.
I know old stuff.
Behind the scenes, we can say that you know of the companions, and Coulson knows them as well, and he knows their story. You know their story, Coulson.
I mean, I've met them, yeah.
You've met them, yeah. But there is a dimension called Earth that they were brought forth from by Dragon Malorum when he needed champions.
Wait. So DM is the OG DM? He just became a jackass like later on?
Something happened during that whole scenario campaign with the Tiamat and the dragons going crazy.
Oh wow, I thought he was like a totally different guy.
No,
People change, man.
No. Because he was very benevolent and kind until right when that campaign started to happen. And incidentally, I think that was right about when you started to join us. But yes,
Wacky.
Yeah. So something.
But the
happened
important
to
thing
them.
is he was thwarted.
He was thwarted
Yeah.
soundly. Except it seems like he is getting the last laugh. Because here you are.
I don't know, this
That is.
feels more like an Operation Spoil Sport kind of gig, so I feel like the last laugh is more like a pout.
I don't know about that.
Nice.
I lost my ass.
So your hut dissipates.
I mean, you can just build another one.
Could.
I mean,
You
if
were
that
at
guy
full-
in if that guy in Army of Darkness can build a new hand, you can build a new butt.
Okie dokie. What's our plan of attack? What are we doing? What are we gonna do?
So, did the Manticore retreat while we were in the dome?
Peeking through the busted down door through the corridor here, you do not see the Manticore. You do see a large pile of Manticore spore in the hallway.
Did he seriously take a dump on us and then take off?
Seems like it. The door here is ajar, and it is dark beyond. That is all you know as of this point. Actually, with that in
I will
said,
make
I'm
my
gonna-
dancing lights again.
I'm going to
My
do this.
fairy lights. I only have
Might
this.
mess up Might mess up Colson, I'm not sure. I can see if you can move your peoples.
What
Oh,
people?
where are we now? Here.
All I see is darkness.
I see
You
You
should see.
brown, and then brown underneath, and then everything in the middle is.
Okay. I see a little glowy me.
I
Okay.
got nothing.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
All I see is
I do-
darkness.
I see. Yeah, I see
It
like
is-
orangey background and a big black square. Even if I go out to like zoom way out, no little people.
Do you see Leo?
I see nobody.
You see nobody. He's right there. Okay. I just need to adjust the
I zoomed all the way out and
Dynamic.
see
You will
darkness.
probably want to check the individual markers, make sure they are attached to the individual characters, and then go into dynamic lighting and turn vision on if you have the capacity for dynamic lighting. If you don't, then this becomes a much different conversation.
dynamic lighting on. Vision on. Token emits a light on.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Still don't see
How's that?
There we
nada.
go.
I don't see
Okay,
nothing.
here we come. Here we come. I'm gonna change that to that to that. Wop, wop.
Me, Colson, Nalindra, and somebody in the darkness. There we go. There we go.
I still see nobody.
Are you still
may have to
zoomed
go
all the way out?
I did. I'm zoomed totally out. Oh, now I see something. Now I
Yeah, I just had to go. I was just going around the room. You were the last one in line. There you go. And I will turn on these guys here. You
I
open
will
your
cast light on my cufflinks.
eyes.
I can cast fairy light around. My 4 fairy lights will come into existence. I
could.
have a fairy light, but it's probably huge. Bring it. Oops. Connected.
I can use my magical tinkering to have the tip of my musket glow.
Okay.
I have night vision, so I can see in the dark.
Oh,
I do not.
let me adjust that for you.
And any humans wouldn't either.
Night vision on. Far can you see? With your night vision?
60 normally. Unless you're a drow.
Let's do a tinted color here for funsies. There we go. Nalindra.
Yes.
Okay, I think everybody
Yeah.
can see stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. How would you like to proceed?
Well, I think the stealthiest of us should probably go a little bit forward ahead.
That's interesting.
Can you see through the wall, Colson?
No,
Can
I
anyone see
was.
through the wall.
I cannot see through a wall. I was just noting the snap to grid function is not on.
That is correct, because I was having a hell of a time snapping things to grid, so I just turned it off. Snapping the map to the grid and such.
So my little lights will dance.
If you hold down
Dancing
Alt,
Alt.
if you hold down Alt, you can get the map. You can basically shift stuff around, and instead of snapping to grid, it will stay wherever you put it, as long as you don't move it again.
Yeah.
So once you get the map adjusted to the grid that you have active at the time, then you can adjust the map so that the grid lines up with the grid that's on the map, which is hard to do with a lot of maps that get taken off of the internet because there's like a little border on them that just screws the whole thing up. But if you can get the adjustment right, then you can get the map to line up with the grid, and then it works out. But you gotta use Alt to get like sort of the fine tuning on that.
I think he had a doggy crisis.
Someone's knocking on my door, which never happens, so I'm gonna see who that is.
My God, the pizza arrived.
Hey, getting delivery in Faerun is no light feat.
You know, you're actually like uniquely positioned to introduce a new foodstuff to the realm.
Remember the era in which he came, because I mean, pizza.
Yo, Dark, thank you for the resub.
I was gonna say, as we know it nowadays, pizza is more of an American invention, and I don't think it was quite invented until after World War II. I think. Because the original.
I'm not positive about that. I have absolute faith that New York pizza existed before World War II. And I would follow up that statement by saying that you can absolutely make pizza in a cast iron skillet, which is technically Chicago style, but if you're doing it flat, it's still functionally pizza.
And pizza was invented in Naples, Italy, as a margarita pizza in 1889 to honor Queen Margherita of Savoy.
Pizza is all vegetables, and so it doesn't count.
Well,
it does too count.
Also, it's so almost more like a lasagna than what we would normally identify as a traditional pizza nowadays.
It was a flatbread. It was made on a flatbread.
But it was vegetarian. It was a vegetarian pizza. I refuse to acknowledge it as pizza because it was vegetarian.
But then again, if you're gonna go like that, American biscuits versus UK biscuits.
It was like cheese pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was like cheese pizza where it's like you had an island of a thick chunk of mozzarella, and then everything else was tomato sauce.
It was
like the idea of grating the cheese had not occurred to anybody.
I actually like whole mozzarella on my pizza. It's actually really good. Or feta cheese is really good. But it was mozzarella topped with soft white cheese, red tomatoes, and green basil.
Sounds about right.
It wasn't until immigration from Italy started that pizza became something else.
Okay, false alarm.
Nobody at your door?
No pizza?
At my door. I just had the wrong yard.
We get that all the time.
Playing ball, lost their ball over the fence. But it wasn't my fence.
I forget that it's only 7:30 there.
Yep, 7:25.
Okay, let's get back to it. So, everybody's set. These are the dancing lights.
Yep. They're gonna dance down the hall in front of us.
Can't. Can you? I'm curious. I can't attach anything to them that will make them.
No,
produce-
because they're drawings. I have an actual
No.
object if you want to use the object,
Yeah.
but it's huge. I don't know how to put the object on the board. I tried to put the object on the board for the lights, but it like that. So here, let me
is it?
post the object. I'll send you the object in Discord.
Wait, no, I got to. All right, I said that it occurred to me I found a much better solution for my light idea. I said I put it at the end of my musket. Instead, I will make my my automaton Archimedes be lit up because I've got enough infusion slots. I can do that now.
Order. Midnight Black Wolf. Save as
Fairy light.
orb.
Fairy light.
Try that.
I have it in my Roll20 in my art stuff, but it won't let me drag it onto.
Yeah, I have a selection of artwork, but this will do nicely if I can make it happen.
It just needs to be way smaller. I think it's going to be like as big as the. And it's supposed to be about the size of a baseball.
Oh, and it's gonna be square, but that's okay, I suppose. Come on, open. I believe in you. There it is. Alright, so Lynn. And Lynn. Save.
Oh. Gets a name instead of a.
It's just a random assortment of letters.
Change name to. Gonna change the name. Change.
That's clickety clackety.
It won't let me change the name of it. Even if I put it in the NPC options.
Very light.
Oh, there we go.
Got it on your end? You got it? I'll
But
stop poking
it
it.
needs to be bigger. It needs to be smaller.
Okay.
Token size. So now you can put light on it.
Nice.
Oh, if you give it.
How much light should it cast?
Let me see.
Feet.
Dim light. Dim light for 10
Oh my
feet.
god.
Bless me.
You are blessed, my child. How many feet?
Dim light for 10 feet.
10 feet.
Oh, dim. Can we make it dim rather than bright?
Yeah.
No, it's dim by default.
Okay.
Low light. Is that better?
Yeah. So now I make 4 of them. I won't. Did you make it on the object itself or just on the token?
On the token.
So every time I drag my fairy light, then it's going to be resized. Because I need 4 of them.
Okay,
What?
plop them down and I'll fix it.
No.
Alright, so we have some fairy lights to use.
Oh, shut up.
How else are we going to prepare for our adventure into the dark? Any ideas?
Into the unknown.
All right, who's got point?
I
Who's
believe
the
you're sending
sneakiest?
Obi. It seems like Obi is who you're sending.
All right.
He'd
We're
be
sending
sneaky.
Obi on point. We should send Leo after since he has the presumably has the thieves' tools.
I do have that. That was
Okay.
on me. I did have that on me before all this went down.
Okay. So Obi takes point, Leo follows up, and we can work out the rest of it from there.
1, 2, 3, run.
The heck, man. Okay, fine. You go away. Okay. Those balls be illuminated. Alright, you should be able to move them. I'm resizing them for you, and there you go. Womp.
The last one is stuck on the wall because it's like in the. There we go. What do you say? It was in the zone of.
What are you doing?
Zone of no touchy.
Child. Can you stop and go back upstairs? No.
I can't.
Stop it.
Okay, so Onan will bring up the rear.
Stop. I'm doing something. Stop. Go.
Second.
I'm doing something. Stop it. No, go. Stop it.
Get
Go
in
away.
line. Marching orders.
So Obi's in front of me. I'm behind Obi, and
No, can you stop? Go. I'm doing something. Dang children.
I imagine Tiana's gonna be the middle so she can
So I can
adjust the
the
lighting.
lights.
Move
I'll pull up the rear.
Okay, so that's it.
I can't let Onan go last. He's
You can't,
no. He'll get lost.
because he'll fall in water.
It falls in the water, yeah.
Obi pushes the door open, and you step out into a hallway. Down the center of the hallway is about, we're looking at roughly 15-ish feet wide, and in the middle, to the left and to the right, there is definitely statuary. It looks like busts about 5 feet tall, and you also see, startlingly, come on.
Is that a spider?
Yes, you see a dead spider. He recoils. Over here,
Is it a dead spider what got eaten by a manicore?
lingering in the darkness, and you see another one here in the dimness. And yeah, those busts are relatively situated. Let's make an ellipse. As such. Yeah, etc. On down the line, right down the center of the room.
Busts of people?
Busts of a humanoid, a male figure, balding with long hair to his shoulders. Give me a perception check.
Nope.
Well, you would see them, Tiana, because let's. Whoever steps into the corridor and sees them. Leo. Tiana. Okay. Obi.
I misclicked. Darn it! Stop.
Up, Miss Gang. Way. Coulson. Coulson, I'm gonna give you. Can you roll me a d6 on that?
Well,
And Onan, well, as excuse me, lady. Pardon me. He's gonna come up in here.
oh, he went through the wall.
Pardon me. Sorry, pardon me. As you're examining the spiders and the busts, Onan and Onan see Coulson catch your eye as your eyes fall upon the bust. One you're looking at is a bust of Dragon Malorum, as is the one next to it, and the one next to it, and the one next to it, and they're all busts of Dragon Malorum.
That
And
stupid
they
gnome guy? Does he look
He
older
starts-
or younger or the same age?
They look as just as you had saw him about 10 hours ago.
Okay.
Is this
And his
kindly
features starts to-
former DM, or is this the smirking little bastard that we've been blowing up lately?
Welcome, wanderers, they all say at the same time.
He's smirking,
Well-
isn't he?
Fuck.
He's smirking, and it turns. They all turn and look at you individually.
Oh,
it's
this is a
sneaky.
spoil sport. Okay, yeah, it's on.
I like a good
Welcome,
game.
wanderers. You finally made it. I've been waiting for hours. Was wondering where you might hop up. And here you are, in the Hall of Many Faces.
Couldn't you pick better faces?
You are quite clever, child. You are quite
Oh,
clever,
this
child.
is a direct line. Okay. So, this is a thing. How are you feeling after whatever happened? Because I admit it's all kind of a blur.
Oh, well, you. Coulson, you did quite well. I applaud you.
Yes, you're
I was not
clearly
expecting-
applauding me right now.
I was not expecting you to step up and take the challenge to face down Boak yourself.
Well, it is all about gambling.
And at least you won that hand. You did well enough to prove yourself worthy of another challenge.
Having to put up with your face in quadraphonic?
Laughter all the way down the hallway.
Oh, it's much, much worse.
Perception checks for anyone who's looking around and scouting the area. Not Conan, or not Onan or Coulson, though.
I'm just spreading my lights out so we can get a better view.
Okay.
I'm at the back of the line, so I can't see
Come in,
anything.
record. You can come in.
Oh,
Join
Oh.
us, Nalendra.
all of the
Yana,
spiders.
Onan, Obi, Leo. We're going to need all of your friends, Coulson, for this one.
I love that you've decided to focus on me for this one.
Oh, well, you've made it all about you since you touched that plinth. Since you reached forward and grasped the obelisk so heartily. We have become entwined, Coulson, you and I.
Oh God.
Why have we become entwined? How are you even involved in this? That whole shtick was for somebody else.
Know how to play the game, Coulson? I know how to weave it.
Oh. I took a dump in your cornflakes, didn't I?
I think I did actually.
So perception checks, Leo and Madam. To the
Oh,
call it the west. We're gonna call it the west. You see some rubble over here, piles of rubble and rock. You also see a door beyond this pile of rubble here. To the east, on the ceiling, above these two double doors, you can see some golden light shining underneath and through the crack in the middle of them. But also, up on the ceiling above the doors, notice that there is an exceptional mass of webbing. You can see inside that webbing, teeming inside that webbing, are spiders. About the size of a. Probably about the size of your fairy lights, actually.
About the size of a baseball.
Yeah.
I say we just burn this whole place down.
You cannot count how many there are.
Would we
Of
like
course, beyond
to?
the rubble, it goes off into darkness. It's possible that right about here is another corridor. I think you see the edges of another corridor.
Do we want to burn those spiders?
Who's got fire?
I can have fire.
Firebolt.
Do you think they'll just let us pass?
Dragon Malorum's busts are chittering to themselves. As he's waiting to see what your next step is going to be.
Should we see if fire will take them out?
To do that, I would suggest that half of us face the spiders and the other half of us face the other direction, because this is prime ambush territory. Because once they're on fire, we gotta wait for the fire to die down.
How much of the ceiling is made up of webbing?
It looks like it's about 40 feet. So this entire area here.
So the area by the doors is
Yes.
done up. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Done up proper.
That's a whole lot of fire.
Well, it's better than fireball because I can direct this just like a hose.
Hmm.
Okay. So who's gonna do what? What are you gonna do? Move.
We
Check
want
my.
to do the fire. We can try.
You don't see a manticore. Olsen, where are you going? He says to you.
If you guys are planning on turning that side of the corridor into Inferno, I will make sure we got an exit.
Did you check that door?
That door's behind a pile of rubble, right?
You can see like the top third of it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going through that.
That'd take too much time.
Let me rephrase that. I don't think you're going through that.
Okay,
I
I
got
can
it
do.
out if I really need it. I just don't think I need it.
Well, I can have my Eldritch Cannon do a 15-foot cone.
Who has the fire?
Yeah, I could do a flamethrower with a 15-foot cone.
It's quite possible, says Onan. Maybe we just leave them alone. It doesn't look like they're even noticing us.
Which is surprising.
So then I guess we go.
Well, if we don't want to do those doors, then that's fine.
We can explore the hallway on the other end.
Leo, you feel
If we're going to do that, okay.
Leo, you feel a sweet breeze on your face coming from this area, and you can see the webbing wafting a bit.
Oh,
You smell grass and trees.
on the other side of the doors, you
Nalindra.
mean?
Oh yeah, Nalindra, you start to pick up on this as well. Ever so faint. There. And refreshing.
Maybe that's the way to the outside.
Or maybe it's a trick.
There is that.
The statues giggle to themselves. Or maybe it is the exit. Speaking of exits, they all say, Coulson, back here, you're going to want to know about this particular detail. Back here.
Oh, I
yeah.
can't wait.
That's a good lad. Now that we are all assembled here, a nice little family grouping, there's something I want to share with you. And all of their eyes illuminate brightly. And you suddenly, every one of you, feel a choking, gasping in your throat, as if there's something wrapped around, possibly a wire or a noose, wrapped around your throat and pulled tight, possibly a garrote. You reflexively drop whatever you may be holding in your hands and reach for your necks. You don't feel anything there, but looking at your companions, you do see that there's a band of light around each one of your necks. Just a perfect band of white light. And those of you that are touching your necks, you feel the wetness of a little bit of blood trickling on your fingers. And just when you think that you're about to pass out, just when you start to panic that your life is now coming to an end, the pressure subsides and it's gone. Just a warning, if you do happen to find an exit before I'm done with you, tisk tisk tisk, you just might lose your head, and this bust right here explodes and shrapnel goes in all directions. Coulson, you take, minus of course your armor, you take 2 points of damage under shrapnel. Oh, that's fun, says the rest of them, and then this one explodes as well.
As soon as that one explodes, I'm gonna run down the hall past them. So I'm not where
Tiana,
they were.
Tiana, Obi, Coulson, you take another point of damage as it erupts into shards.
Ouch.
And then just right down the line, they start exploding. Do you want to give me an initiative, Nalindra and Leo? Zonan begins to run.
That's 17.
Got a 17. Let's get an 8. What does Nalindra get?
Oh, god
Cool.
damn.
Cool. Yeah, so y'all scoot out of there, and behind you, just the busts are just going down the line, exploding. Just a cacophony of laughter until they're all done.
Does that shred any of the spiders?
Probably not.
Dead spiders?
No,
What
the
it
ones on the
does,
ceiling.
it disturbs the nest, for sure.
Oh, great. Now they're
And then
angry.
they start rushing forward.
Now can we set them on fire?
Now I'll try.
Not really with the intention to attack you, mostly. Just scurrying forward. However, it looks like you two are trapped here.
Spider meat boot.
Spider meat food.
Yeah.
So the
I'm
four
gonna
of
see if
you
I can
are...
light them on fire. They're up on
Okay.
the ceiling still.
They are up on the ceiling. They're coming down on the walls a bit. Hundreds of them.
Yeah, I'd start working on getting my Eldritch Cannon up and online to fire the hell out of this place.
17
Okay.
to hit.
All right.
I don't know
Okay.
what their armor class is.
Mm-hmm. This is true. You don't. You do, of course, hit them with your
Only two
fireball, and you can hear them popping. You can hear pops, pop, 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 as they burst.
Double ones.
The flames are licking the webbing, and the webbing is peeling back, and then the spiders are falling down onto the proper. Some of them sizzling, some of them not, and then they are just rushing to and fro. Copy.
I mean, I will just keep pelting them with fire.
In various directions. No?
Can't say that I can, this affects the rest of the party, but I think I would yell to Nalindra, shut the door! Because she's technically ahead of me.
Say no more.
Okay, so there's spiders everywhere, I hear. Some on fire, some not, some dead, some not.
So yeah,
Shut that door.
and I'm working my action to get my cannon online.
What are the four of you doing as these spiders are just kind of taking over this general area here?
I'm just behind that
Chaotically.
pile of rubble, and I'm just
Okay.
approach down so I can see the top with my lights, and I'm just basically going pew 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 with firebolt.
I like it. I like it a lot. So as you're doing that, Olsen, are you doing anything? You're over there.
Yeah, I think this would be an excellent time to be somewhere else. So I'm going to duck down this corridor here in the hopes that they aren't interested in tearing off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And see what's happening in that direction.
Okay.
Obi is just gonna look around as if
Oh my
he just
God,
woke
it's
up and
Obi.
look around and go,
Hi,
what
Obi.
the hell did I miss?
Welcome to the Thunderdome, or should I say the
Nice,
Fire Dome?
nice to hear your voice. How are you
One
doing,
clump of
sir?
spiders enter, none leave.
He's doing good. Got the key to school. Finally free.
Good.
Finally can join the game. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Doing all right.
Dealing with our arachnophobia.
Yeah, we have just started the next campaign. We have found ourselves in a dungeon setting. But at the courtesy of Dragon Malorum. For some reason, for some why. Not really sure.
And who was the person to nearly decapitate us?
That was him.
That was Dragon.
Oh, that was Dragon. Okay.
Yep.
Only I would have hit that
apparently-
first shot.
Apparently, there is. Well, we'll discuss that later once things settle down. However.
Oh no.
So, Obi, can I get a perception check from you since you are there?
Absolutely. Perception.
Nice.
17.
So you see Coulson step down this corridor here. As he does so, just on the edge of the light, right about here, you see a figure standing in the shadows, looking in your direction.
Where?
Seems pensive. Right here.
Here.
Seems a bit pensive. I wonder if you can see. Can you see? You can see. Yeah, your vision's on.
Leo, do you think it's safe to go
It's,
back in there?
It's just I move toward where the person is standing.
Okay. And he steps out. He's leaning against the wall. Let's get a better look at him.
Ooh, he's
Red-headed fella with a
He's huge.
red-headed fellow with a goatee. He's dressed in what you would think is adventurer's clothing, and it looks like maybe he has
What
like some sort of.
what we see is just the edge of a gargantuan token.
There, that's.
I missed your question. I did not hear you. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said that we were looking at the edge of a gargantuan token. We don't actually see any image
Yeah.
or anything.
Oh, okay. This guy here. There's a red-headed fellow with a red goatee. There's clothes. It looks like he might have a lute or something on his back. And he's approaching you rather pensively, sticking to the shadows. He's wincing in the light of the fairy lights that are dancing there. He sees you and then he backs away. He motions for you. You, your friends, come.
Well,
It's awfully quiet out there.
all right. Well, if you can squat down and open the door, I can light them up. Because I think that's an action has passed.
Yes. The door is flung open and they start rushing in.
So I'm going to my roll is the same is this roll. So I do 19, but I do it is 2d8, which is so 8 damage in a 15-foot cone.
Nice. Noted.
I'm still pelting them with firebolts.
Nice. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. My button.
The best part of this is through my Eldritch Cannon, I could do this all day.
Well, shucks. Shucks almighty. There it is. Found it. Boom. Does a 10 or a 19 hit either one of you?
10 probably not.
Oh.
19 would hit me.
19 hits, 10 does not.
Got it. All right. So, you fire your Eldritch Cannon. And you blast the ones that are right in front of you. They come swarming around the corner, and they drop down off of the wall onto your armor. Leo. And you can feel some of them squirm around behind your neck, and you take...
The damage is already on there, I think.
There you go. Yeah.
10. Oof.
10 points. 10 points. Bite damage.
I keep
But
doing
you do see...
I'm keeping pelting them as they're getting closer. I'm going to back up if they get too close, but I saw the door open. So I'm trying to clear the path right by the door for them so that they have less to deal with.
Alindra, if you think that you can scurry out the door and rush down the hallway without getting pelted by flame, you can attempt to make an escape.
Before I do that, I'm going to play Pass Without a Trace. So that I can run out of there. Bye, Leo. Sorry.
Thanks for clearing a path. Zoom.
And the fire is mostly up at the ceiling level where the spiders
Got
are,
it.
so you probably won't have it coming at
And-
your face. Right?
And mine is going through the door, which I would assume is around 6 foot tall. So there's like about
Yeah.
a foot gap, but I could
Yeah.
like get that out of the way for her to pass.
We're gonna say this many and this many.
Ooh, actually, I think that covers Leo too.
It does, but only if he stays within 30 feet of you.
Okay, so there's just the accumulation of one more swarm here near Leo. Leo, what you gonna do?
Well,
Fire again or run?
I'm gonna fire. I'm gonna fire again, and then mumble something under my breath about Deet.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, and
What's the damage on that?
because Deet did
Okay.
exist in World War II.
Okay, and run. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Come on, athletics. There you go.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I'm doing the stompy, the stompy walk.
As you rush past, more of them brush down upon you. Actions bite.
Oh, okay. 15, huh?
Spiders. Yeah.
Great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So you do manage to rush down the hallway. The rest of you see Leo coming at you, and he's brushing spiders off as he runs away, wincing as he goes, as he's getting bit.
Oh, right through the bush.
There is a door.
Where I am,
Yep.
I only
there's a
have
door at the end
about-
of that hallway.
I only have about 5 feet of light attached. Oh, well, maybe that hallway is just really, really. No?
And there's all this fire going
There you
around.
go. There you go. There is a door there. That door open.
Yeah, I only have about 5 feet of 5 feet of vision from my light. I don't think it's been put out to the 40 feet it should be at.
Can I help you?
He said, "Let there be light."
If anyone else has the same
Interesting.
situation, just let me know.
Is there anything through the door?
So you open the door.
I do open the
And-
door.
The door is open, and it's just a wooden door. The wood is exceptionally dried and cracked, barely held together by rusted bands and hinges. Inside, there is a skeletal figure crouched down in the corner. This little tiny, like maybe 5x4, 5x3 chamber. It looks like there is a hole in the floor beneath it. Just a round hole. It doesn't cover the entire floor. It's just a round hole, probably about a foot wide. The skeletal figure is wearing a little bit of banded leather armor that's cracked, withered, worn. It is carrying a dagger, and it looks like it has a bronze spittoon there with it.
Interesting
A
choice
bronze
of
what?
adventuring equipment.
What is this
Perception
platoon?
A spittoon is a old American West thing. It was basically a wide mouth vase that people would spit tobacco juice into.
Okay.
aka
gross.
spit
The
cup.
American West had issues. Did you say you wanted a
you're
perception check?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, this just looks like a water closet, and somebody was hiding in there for some reason.
With their very valuable spittoon, apparently.
Some of them could be really fancy.
I'm just close the door on that and wander back up.
Okay. I will not bother rolling on the magic item table then.
We'll come back to that later.
Oh no. Once you step away, the magic item disappears. Anyway, you notice that there's a fella here, and he's standing next to a doorway that he's holding open, and he's waving frantically for you and your friends to come to him. He looks over his shoulder quickly, behind him, as if to see if anyone is noticing, and back at you. Then he disappears into the door.
I'm gonna follow the guy into the room.
All right.
I mean, that seems like a good a place to get to as any.
I'm going to continue and say, Leo, Onan, are you coming? And firing, still firing firebolts still at all this fight.
To that, yeah, I was gonna say to that, Leo would say, "Onan, move!"
He is waiting. He's waiting for you to rush by him so that he
I'm
can cover
telling
you.
him to move because I'm going to be doing something that I need him not to be near me with.
Okay.
So as soon as he's like about 15 feet away from me, I'm gonna do Thunder Wave.
I mean, Thunder Wave is directional, so
Oh no, it's a.
it's a 15-foot cube
Oh,
placed placed next to you.
okay. I
So-
misread it then. Okay.
It is not a 15-foot radius thing coming off of you.
All right. Okay. So then,
Onan. Let's see if Onan is picking up what you're putting down. Okay, he gets it.
That's a first.
so I roll for Thunder Wave, which are let me roll back, get back to my thing, which does the same roll as Eldritch Spirit with 18 and a 2d8 of thunder damage. And
Why
once
is
I let
everything that you have an Eldritch Blast?
well, no, I'm just hitting Eldritch Blast because it's the same roll.
Thunder Wave is a saving throw.
It's a saving. Whoa, let me back that. I thought that was a.
I mean,
No,
you should
Thunder
have-
Wave is a saving throw. They make a save based on your intelligence plus 8 plus your proficiency bonus.
But I mean, you should have your spells on your spell sheet. If you just click on them, they should come up instead of having to just click on one thing.
Oh, thank you. I thought I messed that up. All right, my mistake. Sorry, I'm still new to.
You're good. You shall learn with every session.
Yes.
So what are you casting? Thunderwave?
Thunder Wave.
Thunderwave. Alright, those spiders are not going to bother you.
And then I'm
the
gonna
entirety of
mosey.
the entirety, well, I would say about 15-20 feet away from you, that area quakes and shivers and shakes, and dust falls and pebbles and stones fall out of the wall in your wake.
And after that,
But
I'm
there
gonna
are-
say, "Fuck those spiders."
Okay. Olsen pops up out of that little tunnel. Obi has stepped into another chamber, another room.
What do I see inside the room?
Well, I'll tell you. I have to find my key. What are the rest of you doing? Pushing yourself off, getting the spiders off of him.
I'm walking sort of backwards as I'm continuing to firebolt things if they're coming.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm just moving. My lights are just floating towards where Obi is.
All right.
And I'm just following forward.
Okay, so.
So
Obi,
is
you
it all
have
just
entered-
like little spiders coming at us at this point?
They are really not of any sort of threat due to the distance that you are and the amount of shock that they've taken from that thunder wave and all of the fire. They're fairly dissipated, not hunting you down.
We may have gone a little overboard.
Yeah, they're just,
It's overboard when you're covered in them.
they're just spiders, dudes. Chill.
There's no such thing as overboard when it comes to spiders.
That is true.
I mean, I'm going
Guys.
to tend to agree on that one. Like that, I'm creeped out right now.
You got the creepy
Which is
crawlies.
why-
Fine, we went from like a bunch of little identical creeps to a bunch of creepy shit. Like the theme has been established, which I am saying largely just to see whether or not Laughing Boy is paying attention, because
Might be suffering from some little bit of PTSD, it seems.
Alrighty.
All right. I don't even know if that did anything, but I'm assuming it did. We stepped into what appears to be a throne room of sorts.
And is the guy sitting on the throne?
Anybody gone through?
Or it was once. I'm attempting to eliminate the situation on my end.
There's a bunch of people in there.
There's some people in there.
One of my little orbs will float in.
What is he screaming at?
Well, if they were gonna jump us, they'd have done it already. So
They would have done it already. As you're. I do look at you
floating in.
Clumsy. Okay, we're good to go now. So this fella here, he's welcoming you, and yeah, there are other people standing in here. It looks like clearly it was at one point a throne room, as there is a chair, a throne, if you will, right here.
can I take a moment to read the room?
Yes, you can do that.
Conan, are you coming?
Oh, sorry. He's shuffling his little legs.
Spiders are so fascinating.
I told you he couldn't go last.
Yes, you are wise to bring up the rear. Yes, Coulson, you can read the room. Insight. What are you trying to foretell by reading this room here?
Do these guys look like they're just freaked out, or these guys look like they're just really tense because they're about to jump us? Like, what is the feel? What is the vibe from these guys?
So, in this room here, it looks like they've been here for a while because different portions of the room are set up with bedding. You can see what is clearly their equipment that they've been carrying around, just tucked away near the bedding. There is a three-legged table that is also propped up with some stones where a fourth leg should have been. What catches your eye is that there are several hands of cards on the tabletop and several chips and coins. It looks like possibly a game was interrupted by, as this fella says here, I told you I heard something out there, he says to his friends. They all eye you a little bit suspiciously, pensively, as you come in, but they do make room for you.
Before this gets weird,
It's not weird already?
A weird.
Awkward.
I'm going to use minor illusion, and I'm going to create an image of the creepy little bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to be like, what's your opinion on this guy, if any?
Well, this guy is closest, and he'll step over and he'll take a look at it. Says, "Isn't that the same fellow that's on those statuettes out there?"
There are no statuettes. They all blew up.
Yeah, yeah, that's the same guy. Although this one's in stunning Technicolor.
Do you happen to know who that may be? I've often wondered.
An asshole.
Okay. Inside again. Is he lying?
Me? No.
He seems genuinely quizzical about the image that you are showing him.
Okay.
Does not seem to know who it is.
We're going to refer to this fella as the creepy little bastard. And he is the reason why we are here. And if I'm going to take a guess, I'm guessing that we are here because we took an involuntary shortcut as opposed to however it is you guys got down here. And I will drop the illusion.
You are absolutely correct. And so much as you took a back way.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was involuntary. So, if you folks are of a mind to continue whatever it is you are doing, we are completely disinterested in messing with your feng shui.
And do you know where the manticore is?
Oh, you saw the manticore, says this one.
Last night, yeah. Or I don't know what time it is. A few hours ago.
It emerges from that room down the far eastern side. Yes, down the corridor. Beneath the spider layer. We all try. This orc chick steps up. You don't want to mess with that manticore. Mess you up. And she pulls up her leather sleeve, and you can see that she has scarring from her wrist all the way up to her shoulder, where it looks like she may have tangled with it once before. There's scars there that have healed over for quite some time. Which, I will point out, indicates that it seems like they've been here for quite a while. Or maybe they just come here often. Who knows exactly? Can I get a perception from... let's do Obi.
I'm still veiled in the shadows, so nobody really knows that I'm here.
Okay, you're just standing right there in the doorway. In the shadows.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
I'm already in the room.
How can you be in the shadows? You're standing right next to a torch.
18.
I didn't see the torch.
There's literally a torch right there.
I didn't see the torch there.
There you go. There you go. Okay, Obi, you begin to notice that along the walls, eastern and western wall, there are several trunks, steamer trunks, if you will.
There are several what?
Steamer trunks, traveling trunks.
Oh, trunks. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like each of them has a lock upon them.
I mean, maybe this is a stupid question, but who are you guys?
Oh, well, we,
As they're conversing, I would like to stealthily in the background just go and examine the thing, pretending I'm not even looking at it.
Okay. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Please do come in. He beckons for you, Tiana. Your friends too.
I'm gonna go partially in the door, and before I go all the way in the door, I'm gonna look both directions down the hall to make sure that there's nothing coming up behind us.
We call ourselves the Undertakers, he says, quite proudly. Consider this
The Undertakers. You mean
consider
like
this
the people that bury people?
No. I told you we shouldn't have called ourselves that, she says.
Great name,
It's-
though,
it's-
guys. Says what it means, and it's not afraid to be laughed at.
It is not as nefarious, I assure you, as it sounds, this man says. He says... Oh, cancel. He says, no. We are merchants. We are generally the first people that anyone who comes in through the yawning portal cross our paths, and we have provisions if anyone has maybe forgotten something that they need from the surface as they begin their delving into the dungeons below.
So you know where we are?
Yes. Do you not?
No, we have no idea.
They all look at each other quizzically. Yes, you are beneath
Do I need to
Waterdeep.
make a roll to have heard of the yawning portal? This feels like something I would know about.
I would know. Yeah, it's the yawning portal. The yawning portal that leads down to what some have called the Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Since I'm not from here, that means
Absolutely nothing to you.
I think Leo would know
mean-
either.
The yawning,
The yawning
portal,
portal
is a
It's a famous
singular
famous
bar.
Yes, it is a inn
Waterdeep.
tavern located near the eastern slope of Mount Waterdeep.
So
But I don't
we're
know-
nearby Waterdeep. You
What's Waterdeep?
creepy little bastard.
What's Waterdeep? It's a place?
Waterdeep is a city where the creepy little bastard has got a shop set up, and someplace I think we have reason to go to. On the other hand, it also sounds like the CLB wants us to stick around in this place for a while, which is why he put the necklaces on. So how close are we to the yawning portal?
And how do we go
Well,
to this Waterdeep place?
So many questions. Perhaps you would like your questions answered over a bit of ale? Some wine, perhaps? I'm afraid all we have is wine.
You
And
know
metal,
what? I slap a gold piece on the table. Load us up.
Welcome, all of you. Come, please. Take a load off.
This is
Your
the most
arrival is-
hospitality I've experienced in about, what, a week.
All right.
By the way, DM, technically in game time, how long has it been since we left home?
Goodness, let's say nearly a month? Does that seem correct? Listen,
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
passage
think
of
so.
time is something I've always had a problem with, but a month sounds reasonable. Considering
feel
we've
like
been
that.
trekking around with that for God knows how long.
I believe
Bless you.
I believe we officially were leaving the town where we first met up. There was about 2.5 weeks in travel time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if that helps at all.
I mean,
That's
I
not
learned
a
the
month.
silence spell because of that stupid box.
Okay, so they make
Hey,
introductions
silence is a powerful spell.
all around. I did not hear any of what you said except for spell. What did you say?
Oh, I said that silence is a powerful spell.
Yes, and it's useful for drowning out the box.
The box.
Yeah. Also, it's great when you have an item called the Bagpipes of Invisibility.
So,
Which you can imagine
as
makes
you
you invisible when you play the bagpipes.
As you enter, and yes, it seems like they have copious amounts of red wine, but pretty much that's it as far as beverages go. Much to Onin's grin. Nalandra, are you still lingering in the shadows? Because Malloy will have noticed you by this time. Unless you have some sort of spell cast on you or whatever.
Well, I used Pass Without a Trace, which is
10 minutes, I think.
up to an hour.
Yeah, you can hang out there if you wish.
I'll just kind of hang back and see what's going on before I
Okay, can I get
make myself
a
visible.
perception check from you?
No.
Very well.
I wave my hands dramatically and my orbs disappear, but I'm just going to leave them in the hall. So.
Just want to check something real fast. That's not what I wanted. So they make your acquaintance. They tell you their names as they go around the room. I believe you can see them. Because I have them there listed on the map.
Don't see my name. I see everyone else's name, but no.
Okay. As long as you see the new people's names, that's the whole point. So that you can refer to them. You notice, Nalindra, that Malloy, he looks directly at you. You're not sure if he sees you or not, as he doesn't really make eye contact with you. He just looks in your direction and then turns to Tiana to make an introduction. Leo, what are you doing? Are you just hanging out there in the corridor? Come in, my friend.
Leo is like half alive, and he's just dealing with the fact that he was covered in spiders, and he's just not having a good.
Covered in spiders, my friend.
And he was like, "I'm just done. I just need a minute. Just give me." So Leo's just gonna hang out in the corridor for a minute because he's kind of had the whole not a great morning going on.
Conan's gonna help you out with some healing and such, and he's gonna sit out here with you and pat your hand. And talk gently.
Goodness.
There, silly human.
There you go. There's 9.
All right.
Anywho, yes, they make their introductions. They explain to you. Generally, adventurers come down from the yawning portal on their way on to their adventure into the dungeons below, in search of glory, in search of treasure, and whatnot, or other sorts of tasks that their masters have sent on.
Masters?
Proprietor.
What masters? We don't have masters.
Do they still have the betting pool?
Yes. Up above, they are quite engaged in taking bets on who survives, who emerges from the dungeon of the Mad Mage.
I spent a couple of weeks in Waterdeep hanging around the yawning portal. Betting on adventuring parties is fairly lucrative.
Did you make a pretty coin?
I would hesitate to say that I made a fortune doing it, but my read of a couple parties did pay off.
This Arliss fellow walks over to one of the trunks and unlocks it with a key from his waist pocket and says, well, if you have any coin, perhaps there's something in here that you might want to trade it for. He unlocks it, takes the lock off, pops open the top, and neatly arrayed inside are a range of bladed weapons, mostly short swords and daggers and such. Then he walks over to the next trunk and pops that one open as well, where there are bits of armor and such. If there's anything you could possibly need that you may have forgotten on the surface, or realize that you might want before you continue your journey below.
Actually, yeah, I need a 10 days worth of rations.
And also Leo calls in from the hallway, how about healing potions?
We just might have some of that here somewhere, and they all individually start unlocking various chests.
That was Leo being the smartass, by the way.
I thought we were going to Waterdeep now that we knew that it existed.
There's a non-zero chance that leaving the dungeon right now is going to backfire on us.
Whatever you
Because
Do we know where the exit of the dungeon is?
They do.
I'm gonna look at Malloy, and hey, Mr. Redhead, question for you. How
Yes.
the fuck do I get back on the surface? I'm
He
done with being underground.
says, yes, we could escort you back to the surface if you wish.
I need no escort, just directions, please.
He rubs his thumb across the tips of his fingers. It will cost you a fare. We are businessmen after all. Business adventurers after all. Merchants.
Well, I'll obviously pay for the information.
3 gold. And I
Okay.
will personally escort you.
Again, I don't need an escort, I need directions.
Oh, very well.
Besides,
He
we don't want to
starts
have to be responsible for you if the Manticore happens to start chasing us.
Or the stupid mage.
I think he's less of a problem at this point.
I wouldn't be so sure, and I'll just rub my throat where there's the little singed line of blood.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't have to be here personally. He's got this
When
thing.
you do, Obi, when you do that, can I get a perception check from you?
Absolutely. Perception.
Ooh.
Oh. When you touch your neck and rub that and smear that blood, Malloy advances on you. You all notice that he advances quite hastily, and it actually gives you a start, but then he stops. He's looking at the blood on your fingertips and on your neck, and he says, "Oh, you're wounded." And he audibly sighs. Davil also responds a little bit in a similar fashion. His eyes cut to Obi.
I just I'll rub the injury on my neck, and my hand will start glowing a bit, and it will just disappear as I'll cure wounds myself.
He steps away, seeming to remember himself.
Are you okay, Red?
That whole interaction has gotten all of their attention.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll an insight real quick.
Go for it. What are you trying to incite?
Did that seem like that was a predatory interest? It's
yeah, coming from Malloy, yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Do notice that they all seem like they haven't seen the sun for quite some time, but of course they seem to hold a lot of time down here, taking advantage of adventurers passing through. They
Question?
don't pop up to the surface very much. Yes.
Question. Did I dismiss my Eldritch Cannon?
How long does it last?
Oh darn it! Now I gotta check.
Your Eldritch Cannon is something that sticks with you. It can only be in the particular configuration that you have it in, which right now is Flamethrower. But
Yeah.
it doesn't go away until you either dismiss it or you spend a spell slot to change it.
Yeah. I think.
Also,
Yeah,
it could be, I think it's either small or tiny, and if it's tiny, it's handheld.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't think Leo would have quite dismissed that yet, because he was just like trying to shake off the metaphorical cobwebs.
Yeah.
Just saying, in case it becomes relevant in the next minute.
Nalindra, Tiana, what about you?
I'm just looking at these people. There's something seems off here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in this room. They're supposed to be merchants. Why they expected people to just like wander down this hallway? This
Yes.
seems weird.
Yeah, well, they thoroughly explained in the background when they were making introductions that they have posted up here, and merchants or travelers come through here, and they offer them goods for a questionably exorbitant price. You're beginning to catch on to. So they got kind of a grift going on, a little bit.
Respect.
They themselves don't seem to be adventurers. They're just like stop on this level of the dungeon for adventurers.
I am still lingering in the shadows, but on high alert after that little incident with Malloy towards Obi.
Okay.
Keeping a very close eye on him.
Noted. He backs away from Obi and walks over to the table and picks up his goblet of red wine and drinks deeply from it and sets it back down the table. Says, "So, you are interested in wares? I do believe, sir." Walks over towards Coulson.
Yeah, what do you got for rations?
Rations we should have. Lana! Lana steps up. "Could you please escort Mr. He looks at you.
Oh,
Coulson it was?
Coulson.
To the larder. Happy to. He steps forward and motions for you to follow her.
Alrighty.
So are these all
She'll lead
humans
you.
except for the orc?
She will lead you up here. This is a elfish type fella here. Human, and orc. Orc, actually.
Is she fairly pale for an orc?
She's light green.
Well,
Make a
they're all
perception check.
doing their wares thing. I'm gonna try to go to the table and look what they're actually drinking.
Okay.
I mean, it's red, but is it wine?
It is red.
Is it
It is
wine?
red.
They have described it as wine.
Yes. I've offered it to you as well. And if you take it,
I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to look at it. I'm going to judge its viscosity.
I mean, if
Smells
it
like
smells iron and salty, then it's probably blood.
smells like wine. Sweet. Lana Buchan takes you, Coulson, to this door and pops it open and leads you into this area again. Why was the door open for me? Opened.
I don't think he should go by himself.
Coulson has stepped away. The rest of you, what's going on? Back to Wave Onin Inn. Okay. Well,
But Leo's staying in the doorway, by the way. That's his move.
so Onin is near.
I'm going to look at Davil. That rushed towards me when he saw the blood and the injury,
Yes.
and just address him. What's up with you, handsome? What was that all about?
I beg your pardon?
You saw a bit of blood. You rushed over. What was
I was
that?
concerned. Yes, I was concerned.
That did not seem like concern,
Um,
especially not from your red friend over there.
many apologies. Oh, who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to Davil?
I'm sticking to Deville, and yeah, I mentioned
Okay.
Malloy.
Okay. We do have some healing salves that maybe we could apply to it, says Devil. That could possibly help. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Perception
I have
or
coin.
insight.
I'd like to roll insight on that.
Okay.
Ooh.
A net 20.
Nice. Sick. Let me see here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Natural 20. A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like they are covering and responding to each other. About, yeah, I mean, Malloy says, or Devil says, oh, we have a healing salve. And he goes, yes, that's what I was concerned about. Maybe we could sell you a healing salve.
I'm just gonna raise one eyebrow, the rock style, and it's, and you want to tell me the truth now?
What are you doing? What did you do before you spoke?
Oh, I said I was, I'm gonna raise one of my eyebrows, like, Dwayne Johnson style, and, stare at them and, try to intimidate the truth out of them.
Okay, you can most certainly try. Listen,
Intimidation.
let's address what's going on with you. So Lana leads you into this chamber.
You got the message I just sent you?
I see it.
Excellent.
I see it. There are pouches here as well. On this chamber. Upon the walls, and yeah, it looks like a food larder for sure. There are stacks of crates, wrapped sausages, cheeses, foodstuffs.
Does she react to that thing I did?
1 second.
Okay.
There is one very large man-sized chest. It's pretty much your height. It has a door on it, and she pulls that open, and you can feel a cool air emitting from it. And you can see inside.
That's clever.
You can tell that it's clearly magically imbued somehow, some way. Keep things cool. You did that thing you did, and she twitches and sniffs the air. Shudders a bit.
I respect the hustle. Let me just take a...
If there's anything you see here, could haggle. You seem to be the haggling type. Says.
I would. So, let's go with this this action here. First off, I need a couple of days of standard rations. Nothing too fancy, just enough to get us by in case things go weird for a bit. And what's your selection like as far as the ready-to-eat experience, the fresher stuff? Like, obviously, you're not going to be handing me a big slice of raw meat, but what do you got? What do you got in the way of like a nice roasted mutton?
She reaches into the cold storage and pulls out some cold mutton. Um, she's the look on her face is a little bit of disgust. She's handling it. She says, "I generally don't." And she cuts herself off. She says, "I'm sure that this would cook nicely over a flame."
Oh, it's not already roasted?
No.
Okay, yeah, no, we're in ready-to-eat territory here. Like, we're not going to be cooking anything in the near future.
Oops.
She indicates the shelves behind you.
So we're
Where there
basically
is-
in dry and preserved territory then.
Right, yes, behind
Okay.
you there.
What do they got in the way of fruit?
Again, dried fruit. They have a few crates. They have a very small crate of apples. They
Okay.
They don't look that.
I mean, apples will keep for a while, so no, that works out. Yeah, so a couple of days worth of rations and a few of the better batch of those apples there, I think will do nicely.
We will start the bidding at 50 gold pieces.
That's pretty impressive for what is basically 5 gold pieces worth of stuff.
Shrugs. That's the going price.
That seems excessive. I understand you guys need to make a profit, and I have some thoughts about how that profit's getting made, so I'm gonna offer you 10.
She scratches her head, adjusts her ponytail a bit, mutters something under her breath about Malloy, and says, 25, that is my lowest offer.
45.
25. 45, yes.
You must really deal with some very desperate people when they come down here.
You get the hint that she's probably not the best negotiator of the group.
See, here's the problem. I'm not desperate. I'm actually in really good shape.
And she shuts the crate, the cold storage crate. You get nothing. She grows impatient and makes to escort you out of the larder.
Alrighty. So
like,
the angle is
right
ruthless price gouging, and I assume you're also well positioned to take advantage of adventuring parties on their way back.
Maybe they don't make it back.
Doesn't respond.
Womp womp.
Does she look annoyed when I ask that question?
She grumbles, and she says, "If you want to discuss our business practices, you will have to speak to Malloy." Where'd Coulson go? Disappeared.
He's hiding
sitting
behind.
I'm on the throne at the moment.
Oh no, Coulson. You sat on the
That's
throne?
where I ended up. Well, no, but
Oh.
that's where I ended up when I was moving out of there. I didn't actually notice I was putting
The
myself in
5
that
foot
square.
occupying space.
Well, as you move past the throne, you notice that it is made of bone. A bone throne, if you will. Very large bones from some sort of animal, it seems. Not human. And perched on each armrest is a carving. Looks like a wooden carving of a snake.
I get the attention of Malloy, and I salute him for his decor.
I do believe Malloy is being spoken to by Obi as you return.
Alrighty.
Obi? Or we should ask the other three of you that are standing there creepily by the door.
I like being creepy.
I was gonna say Leo is trying to do his, his very nicest, hand resting on the sword. I'm not threatening you. I'm just here, type of thing.
Yeah.
But with his, Eldritch Cannon still in hand.
Very well. Tiana. And back.
I'm watching, and I'm warily, like I said, I investigated the glass. You said it looks just like wine. I'm looking at the other.
goblet. Yeah, the goblet of wine. Sure. Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other things in here.
Mhm.
I'm going to see if either the people or the things here. I'm going to see if I can see using Arcana if there's any sort of glamour going on here.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be, no. Everything that you see is as it is.
I'm going to go out into the hallway and look both directions. Does it look like this is a hallway going to a dungeon? Like, if this is just like a stop on the way to the dungeon.
Hmm. Yeah, it's all
Is that-
stonework. The passageway undulates a little bit, roughly. There are cracks in various bricks and rocks here and there. Here for a bit. Quite some time. It does look like there is a fair degree of travel.
And it's going
Whether it's-
straight down the hallway, like.
Both directions, yep.
Well, we know the other direction that way is the Manticore.
Hmm.
So then I would hazard a guess that going west down this hallway is the way to Waterdeep.
Yeah, who knows? Obi has said he wants to know the direction to the Yawning Portal, which Malloy is in the process of telling him the directions thereof. It is actually over here.
I'm kind of, just a reminder, I was in the process of intimidating the truth out of them after the entire, blood thing. And, I rolled a 15 on intimidation.
Okay.
Is that
Says-
enough to get the truth out of them?
He is he is unimpressed with you. And actually he's a little bit put off, and he says, after he takes your coin, he says, clearly you are not eager to take advantage of our hospitality, so I will definitely show you your way. If you pass through this door down here, and he moves off in this direction and indicates that there is, yes, a door there. Follow the corridor. Not deviate from the path. You will eventually find your way through the portal.
Well, I appreciate your honesty about that, at least.
I will throw insight on myself and see if this guy is on the up and up. 15.
Which guy?
Malloy. Was he lying?
No, he's telling you. He says, cross through that door, down the corridor, There will be a set of stairs. You will pass through another chamber. Be 2 doors on your left. Choose the farthest one. Through that door, turn left, and then another left. Very soon thereafter, you will reach a sandy chamber. Far above the well, the yawning portal. And please, if you see anyone passing by, send them our way. There may be a tip for it. There may be a tip in it for you when you decide to come back.
Such generosity.
You said when we decide to come back, not if we decide.
Well, we don't need to go.
The
We ended up here. The idea is that we may not want to stay in here. I think the idea that
the
they're
yawning
positing.
portal sort of has regular groups of adventurers coming in. It's a whole shtick of people like trying to strike it rich. So the yawning portal is like kind of a boomtown sort of scenario, except that the only people that are really cashing in are the merchants and the guy that runs the bar.
Those businesses that build up around gold mines. The real gold mine is the miners for their cash.
Yeah.
Correct. This is the situation you find yourself in.
And are we certain they are providing us with proper information?
I mean, it's paid for.
Yeah.
All right.
They shut the trunks, lock them back up, and from their goblets and watch you for you to make your exit. Eyeing you all the way. Lindra, do you emerge from your hiding?
Not enough to question it, but enough to cause curiosity.
Not enough to question it, but to cause curiosity. What does that mean?
So not enough to stop the movement, but enough to ponder. Almost like a shimmer or a movement in the shadow, but nothing quite there for them to notice. Not notice.
Really?
I mean, pass without trace helps you to hide, but it doesn't make you invisible.
Well, right, but I'm hiding in the shadows of the corners here. I haven't quite moved yet.
I think Leo's going to confidently walk over and then stand by the door with his back against the door, just waiting for everyone else. Because tense situations are tense.
You guys are so paranoid. All right, Melindra.
I mean, have you seen some of the things that we've gotten into?
Yes, I was there for all of them. As you are making your movement, this fellow named Arliss, he's walking in your direction. He's not looking at you. He's walking towards you, and he stops. And he sniffs the air. His upper lip raises a bit. Give me a perception check.
Oof.
Okay. He steps aside and makes his way towards Davil. Obi, are you just standing there, or are you going to move on?
Are we going out, or are we going back out of the room? Like, are we going here, or are we going here?
I mean, down here is the information you paid for. I would hate to see that coin go to waste.
Yeah, but I want the information to know the way out. But if we go here, we're going to lose our heads, because if I'm not mistaken, Dragon did mention that we will lose our heads if we step out of the dungeon.
Then why'd you pay for the exit?
We got a ways to go if we're going to go that way.
Arliss raises an eyebrow and says, "You will lose your head? Who's this Draga? Oh, the fella in the statuettes. He was a mythical figure.
Yeah, better.
Is this someone you know? How do you know him?"
Yeah, if you see him, stay away from him. For your own safety.
Actually, he runs a shop in Waterdeep. You know, at some point in time, you guys will probably cross paths whenever it is the Merchants Association meets to discuss whatever it is they discuss. He's a fascinating individual. Short, but fascinating individual.
Devil rolls the name around in his mouth. "Alex, have you heard such a name?" "No, I can't say I have," she whispers hoarsely. Obi, can I get a perception check from you?
Yes, you can.
Hear Arliss
Hold
whisper.
on. A total of 17.
You hear Arliss whisper to the devil, "Blood." He says, and Devil himself seems to be an elf as well. And something else, he says. I mean, clearly the dwarf. They're whispering to each other. Fae, possibly. Says Fae. That could be interesting.
I'll interrupt our conversation and just state, is there a reason why you're so interested in our origins?
They look at each other and look at you and say, "We are interested in all manner of folk who pass through here. Helps us prepare to have
I
the
look at the rest of the
provision."
group. Guys, I don't think we're either welcomed here or pretty safe here. I think we should leave and consider our relationship with these fellows.
Well, there's no need to be brusque about it.
I see no reason to hide my thoughts about it. I don't like them.
I mean, that's fair.
We've offered you all sorts of hospitality, wine, food, provisions.
Oh yeah, deception goes
I would
all
debate
shapes
the
and forms.
offering of provisions, but
You are free to go on your way, says
game
Mama.
recognizes game, my friend. I respect the hustle.
We have a card game to get back to, if you don't mind. And they all start to their seats again. Lana, she's gonna follow you and make sure you actually leave. Where's Obi going? Obi, are you leaving the room in that direction?
I think so.
Friend? He shuts the door. He
thought we
your
were
friend.
going
Okay, well
other way.
that's 3 gold pieces we wasted. Alrighty.
Your friend seems confused.
No, I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing.
Are we going or not? Are we staying? Leaving. Zonin.
You paid for the information, Obi. This one's on you.
Either we.
Are we delving deeper into the dungeon, or are we risking losing our heads and stepping out?
I have a feeling that Dragon does not want to simply execute us. Rory would have done so already, so I assume we will get some kind of a warning.
All right, then out the door we go, I believe.
At the very least, it takes us out of the position that we are currently in and puts us someplace where at least we can find out whether or not we're still in significant jeopardy.
If that's the situation.
Yana, are you moving on as well?
I will follow in, and I will poof my lights into existence. Oops,
Okay.
can't get them through the door.
I linger just a moment after everybody goes through the door to listen, which I'm sure you're gonna make me roll for.
Oh, you'll be interested to see what's about to happen.
Oh, oh no.
You've been lovely
Alana's
host.
sitting there. And then passes through and says, Lana! And then calls forth. Open those lights. Okay, so Onan's gonna push past and move forth.
Well, if that's the case, Leo will be right behind him because he needs supervision.
Okay. Colson doing?
Oh no, I was waiting for everybody else to leave.
Okay.
Like I was going to be the last one through.
Okay.
Although if Nalindra is in the shadows, and I presumably can't see her then.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Tiana passes through and you're the last one, Lana steps up and waves you through the door.
I take a glance of Mallory. You
Yeah.
really should instruct your employees in finer points of negotiation.
Lana, I told you, no negotiation. Chuckles. You just show the way.
Oh no, I was referring to the purchasing of provisions earlier.
It's a learning curve.
Although, like again, and I just lightly applaud him. Respect the hustle.
He nods. Appreciation.
I assume you do a significant business in adventuring parties that are returning
Oops.
after a
Ignore that. Sorry.
less than successful run.
How do you mean?
Well, if anybody is available to be exploited, it's a failed adventuring party. Am I right?
Well, there are some that trudge back up from the depths in need of assistance, and yes, we are there to provide whatever they may need.
Of course. That is exactly what I thought you meant. And I give him my biggest, broadest, I don't believe you smile.
Hey.
Like, con man to con man. We all know what's up. And once, like, the door is clear, I will move through.
Okay. Well, as you move through, Lana shuts the door behind you. I'm gonna move on. That's a torch.
Give me the torch.
Get out of here.
Oh, let's-
Closed.
Is Nalindra not with
They
us, right?
start-
No, not yet.
That is correct. And they start to make their way back to the table. As you move your way down the corridor, they gather around the table, and Lana says, "You think they suspect?" And Arliss cuts her off. Andrea, you're behind him, but you see that he gives her a sharp glance, and he does something in front of him with his hands, and Lana looks at him and says, "What?" Loy looks at Arliss and then looks over his shoulder in your general direction, Nalindra. And you see that he gives a little smiles. Well, little one, you're all alone now. Lana says, "What?" Starts looking around.
So knowing that I have been detected, I'm going to throw a minor illusion of myself and
Yes.
make my way to the door and exit the room.
Interesting. Illusion of yourself leaving the room.
Not the illusion. I'm leaving. The illusion can hang out here.
Okay, you're leaving an illusion where you're standing, and then you are gonna sneak out.
Yes.
Okay, can I get a stealthy check?
Plus, they get a 14 spell save DC to figure out that that's an illusion and not hers.
Okay, so you got your stealth. Stealthing.
I'm stealthing.
Spell save DC
14.
14.
I think it's intelligence, isn't it? Yeah, it's
Intelligence? Okay. So let's see.
This is gonna work.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm going on an adventure by myself. Oh, that works.
Okay. That's a fail.
It's a fail.
That's a fail. Are you gonna sneak out of here? Scabbed? Oh,
Nope. Oh,
that
well.
is a success.
I'm gonna get there. Maybe.
Maybe.
Who? Wait, who? Who's?
So
Shit.
the last two was Devil and Malix.
Oh, perfect. On the other side of the room.
But it turns out that Devil is the only one that sees you. But you notice as you are stealthing across, he is watching your every step. As you make your way to the door. When you get to the door, it is locked.
Oh no.
Lock.
They all. Davil chuckles. Malloy turns and looks in your direction.
Hello.
Hello. He starts walking up the dais towards you. Davil behind. Lana gets up. It seems like you have lost your group. How rude of you, this is Malloy speaking, to not let us know that you were around so that we could offer you hospitality. The way he says hospitality is a little disconcerting. Jump to the corridor. What are y'all doing? Are y'all the door shut?
But Tiana's going.
Melindra's not with you.
I was
Tiana's-
about to say before, I want to eavesdrop at the keyhole. Oh,
Hey, cat. Okay, so you're gonna hang by the door. Tiana, what are you doing?
I'm gonna say, did we leave Nalindra behind us?
Did Coulson, what are you doing?
I am currently stuck in the corridor behind a bunch of other people that don't seem to be going anywhere.
Onan is pushing forward. Leo, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm keeping an eye on Onan because he cannot be trusted to be responsible for himself.
You know what or other. He stops here when he realizes no one's following him. He says, I found some stairs. Oh! Hear his voice. And he comes trudging back.
Can't we just
dear, I'm
wait
lost
for
already.
everybody? Oh, for fuck's sake. This
Oh, Leo.
way.
There you are. This way. I found stairs.
No. This way. We're not going without everyone else. Come on.
What do you mean, everyone else?
They're still hung up on something, so come on back. Come on now.
Yeah, Nalindra's not here, so we can't leave without her.
Uh-oh. Obi and Obi. So you hear Malloy's voice through the door, speaking to Nalindra.
I guess I would have noticed that she unsuccessfully tried to open the door.
Did she make it to the door? I thought she didn't make it to the door.
No, she did. It was locked.
She made it
The
to
door is
it's
locked.
Can I try and pick the lock?
You can attempt to do so. Nalindra, what are you doing? As they have approached you.
24 enough?
Let's see here.
Yeah, I would say so.
Then I'm going to pick the lock and just fling the door open. Super dramatically.
How coy of you not to tell us your true intentions.
They startled back up as the door is flung open. Malloy was looking at you, Nalindra, and you could tell that he had a gleam in his eye, and you started to feel a little warm inside, just right in the front of your brain. Little buttery smoothness, little buttery warmness. And you started to feel like maybe you wanted to stay behind, and then the door is flung open.
I'm going to grab Melindra. I'm going to grab Melinda by the scruff of her neck. Just open the corridor and just slam the door behind me.
Okay.
As Obi's grabbing me, I just look at Malloy and smirk.
He mouths some words, but you hear it inside your brain. I'll be back. I'm pretty sure he said it, but it also felt like it was inside your head.
That was weird.
Well, I'm moving down the corridor.
Anyway, shall we move forward?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to hang out with the vampires by yourself for another couple of minutes?
It'll take a few moments.
I have a feeling we might be back.
Oh.
But it's just a hunch.
All right, so y'all press on.
Yes.
Let me see here.
Oops, I scrolled too far.
Okay. So,
Who let Onan lead the line?
Onan really doesn't need light.
For someone who decided to stay behind, I'm not sure you're the right one to ask that question.
As long as as long as there's no caves or water, we should be fine.
Yeah. I'm going to do this here. Sec.
Are we sure that we trust that they gave us the right to?
I'm going to move you forward en masse into this next chamber. You come to this, and in the center of the chamber, there are 3 tall statues. These are not statues of Dragon Malorum, but they are statues of what appear to be Daven nobles of some sort, from some age, from some time.
Didn't he say take a left? Did we go the wrong way?
Well, Obi was given the directions.
Down the stairs, take a left into the sandy chamber.
So you see 3 statues, and on the base of them are 3 names separately. One of them says Lindron. The other one says Rothendar. Still another one is Othnalas. These names have been crossed out in chalk dark chalk, and beneath them, new names have been scribbled on. In a language that seems quite harsh. Does anyone speak Goblin here?
Nope.
No. Gnomish, dwarvish, but not.
Pretty close. Pretty close. But you can at least tell that it's of some sort of goblin kind language. You just can't read it.
Fun.
Graffiti.
Nah, I speak orc, but not goblin.
All right.
If you really want to know what it reads and you got 10 minutes to wait, I can do comprehend languages.
So you see a corridor and two doors. Now, the directions you were giving told you to go through this door down here. Dun, 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 dun.
Can I like roll a investigation to see if it's like, trapped?
You can, yeah. Check for traps.
I'd like to do this. I'd like to do the same on this door.
Okay.
It's a door. I can tell it's a door. There's doorness to
Door.
this door.
Somewhere
So
there's
dory.
somewhere there's a handle.
Ooh.
Somewhere there's a handle. You do not discover any traps on either door.
Well, I go through the door.
Okay. It opens up into a corridor.
Isn't it the other door that we were supposed to go through?
Yes, but do you seriously expect me to ignore closed door that might lead us to treasure and fantastic adventures?
Well, I guess as long as it doesn't lead us to another room full of vampires.
Mm-hmm.
You said it, not me.
Dave.
Okay, so Obi, you are traveling down a corridor that looks fairly used. You do see that people have come through here. You can't really tell how often. Just see other footprints that are here before yours. You do find a few coins tossed aside in one of the corners there.
Cool, how much?
Silver. Like 6 silver. Seem to have
Cool.
been either discarded casually or maybe dropped on the way. Dun, dun. Can I get a perception check from you, Obi?
Absolutely.
All right, yeah, and there's a little bit of scuffling right here in front of you. It looks like somebody
Scuffling, like,
stood there for a while. Yeah, like some.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't let Obi go by himself.
Where
I want to check the store.
Where did? Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'll follow you.
Oh wait, here he comes.
When you open that door, what happened to Obi? What's going on?
Leo went to go with Obi. Obi reappeared.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, Obi, you opened that door here, as you said you did. A large stack of ceramic plates fall towards you and crash upon the stone, making a great cacophonous sound. Leo, you come running, thinking that your friend is in danger, and he is just standing among a avalanche of ceramic plates that have broken at his feet.
The wedding china.
Yahoo!
Coulson, you see what you saw. Your corridor went to 2 other doors.
I didn't get quite that far up, but I did notice the edge of a door up there.
There's a door there. Yes, and Obi and Leo, you're just traveling down some brick corridors.
Separating the group into the. Didn't we learn our lesson about this?
Yeah, I was like, let's go back.
I mean, clearly nothing bad happened to Nalindra when that happened, so I
No,
guess
not
we're
at
cool
all.
with that.
I mean, we're right here.
So we're supposed to be going, quote unquote, down this door that we just came back out of, supposedly.
This thing that we're trying to get to, you said it's like a portal?
Yes.
No, that's the name of it.
That's the name of the bar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
okay. So it's just like what, some stairs that go up to a bar?
No, it's an elevator that goes up to a bar.
But it takes us out from down below.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese for adventurers.
Seems pretty accurate now that you mention it.
I shouldn't actually make a reference like that. I'm actually from this world, so.
I mean, I can try to locate where the nearest elevator is. If we want, find it.
Well, I mean, we've been given directions, but if you
But can
want to
we
try
actually trust the directions that they gave us?
that. I mean, Obi paid a whole 3 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, but if there's
And we're not following them.
If they are scam artists, do you think that makes any difference? They got 3 gold pieces and gave us bad information.
Well, would be lost either way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we want to know how to get to the elevator, I could try to do that.
I say we just take our luck with the corridor and see what's beyond there.
Okay.
Keep that one on hot standby, though, because we will probably want to utilize it at some point in time.
Probably.
Also, I think it's probably safer if you look for a well rather than an elevator.
A well? Okay.
Yeah, because the elevator might just be an oversized bucket.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, Obi, so you open that door, step inside, and step through, and immediately you hear something rushing towards you. Several somethings, actually. And you see...
Guys, ready up. What do I see?
You see... Come on, can you see it? There we go. You see a company of bugbears rushing towards you.
Oh, great.
Down the hallway. They are... Can you see those? I don't know if you
They're
They're
huge.
huge and not on the screen.
They're
So
giant
it's not
bugbears?
my,
They're giant bugbears.
They're not giant. I just made them large so you could see them. They're rushing down the corridor. They do not expect you to pop out, and they come skittering to a halt. And then once they see that there's just the 2 of you, the lead one rushes forward, and that's where we're going to end for tonight. Drawn by that cascade of broken china sound.
Dun dun dun.
They see some purple swirling light balls. Just enter the door. I can only put it where I can see it, so it can only go into my sight. Leading me into this room.
So Coulson and Onin and Tiana, you pick up on the fact that Obi and Leo are in imminent danger. Nalindra, you're kind of in this neither region where you're neither in danger nor are you safe.
Schrodinger's, Schrodinger's cat of danger.
Yes.
Where you both are and aren't.
quantum state of danger.
I'm okay with
This is
that.
true. Oh my gosh! Be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Clickety clackety.
Okay,
Don't come backity.
I'm back. All right. Chicka chicka. Do 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 do. You want to? Can we do next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Saturday.
The third?
The 3rd.
The third is doable.
I can.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So I can't because I've got community game night scheduled.
Community game night.
Yeah. Unless we do earlier in the day.
I can go earlier. Don't know if
I can't do tons earlier. Like if you wanted to do an hour earlier, but I can't do like noon or something.
What about Sunday?
Every Sunday I have book.
What about
in the
Friday?
afternoon. Friday's possible, but Sundays I have the afternoon is always.
I could do Sunday morning.
I can't.
Yeah, it's gonna. We're pretty much pegged on Saturdays for Saturdays. I would like for all of us to be here. I don't want you to miss out, Nalindra. I just wanted to keep the story going. Yeah. So if we're not 100%, we'll just wait until the 10th and get back together.
Okay.
So as not to disrupt.
Ruby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It is what it is.
We can do tomorrow.
I
was
can't do
just
tomorrow.
I can't do it tomorrow either. I was just throwing that out there, just as a possibility.
I never have anything planned, which is funny.
That's okay. All right, cool. Hey, thanks for getting together and jumping in on this. I find it hilarious that you had a chance to converse with Dragon Malorum and didn't really get any info out of him.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, we were basically just talking a bunch of smack to him, and that is emotionally satisfying.
And I mean, we almost killed him, so.
He
I was
insinuated.
in spiders, man. I was.
He insinuated pretty heavily that he had a challenge for you, and then you were like, "Yeah, spiders, run away." Okay.
Listen, spiders on the outside are fine. Spiders on the inside are not.
I mean, the dude's got enough juice. If he really wants us to know something, we'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I wasn't really interested in doing a whole monologue, anywho.
We're letting you save it for next time.
Right. He'll just pop in later as he do and says, "Anyway, as I was saying."
We'll get stuck somewhere and he'll just appear. One of his little statues will be him.
Is anyone going to explain, like, to Tiana, like, who the heck is this guy? Like, why is he keep interfering in everything?
Oh, he's got something for Coulson.
Well, he does
Plus,
now.
He does tend to just show up randomly and either chastise or give you info and then disappear as his thing. So I'm sure you'll see him next episode.
We should have just killed him.
Try.
He had 1 hit point left. I failed.
Yeah. One of us scoring 1 extra point on 1 hit. And it would
One
I mean, if it
more
makes you
number
feel any
on the
better, that
roll.
might not have been the real guy, so.
I don't know. He disappeared pretty quick.
Well, you know the trope when you destroy the big bad and he just disappears for a little bit and eventually comes back.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
got to start it over again next week. You know.
Yep.
Next week on Dragon Ball Z.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for
Alright.
playing.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thank you
Yes,
for
it's fun.
having us.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Do that.
Okay, bye.
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 Okay, that's all for the night. We'll see you in 2 weeks for more D&D. See you later.